Hi guys, it's Mahlengi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that stuff. Like Nimrhandzile and the English, meaning I love y'all for real. So I was watching this other can I say podcast? It was like a sit down interview. Yeah, the Max. So I hope you guys watch it. I'm gonna insert it. I felt the nudge to make this video for the people that are starting off dating, people who don't know what to do but they want like a strong relationship. So obviously every advice I'm gonna give you is very much Bible based, Christian, Christ or one godly vibes. I don't have any advice outside of that, because that's the only thing that has worked for me. So welcome back and I hope you stay tuned. I'm not going to make this video long. I just want to give you guys an introduction of the new segment, Dating God's Way, or just forming a strong relationship foundation. We know that meaning the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So my first advice is that before you can build a strong relationship with somebody else, build a strong relationship with God. A strong relationship with God strengthens everything else around you. Everything else, whether it's a job, whether it's a dream, whether it's a goal, or whatever the case may be. Proverbs 16 verse 9, which is a verse that I live by, and it says, though humans or people plan the course of their lives, it is the Lord that establishes their steps. Meaning, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by God, right? So he's the one that establishes them. He makes them happen. He brings it to pass because he looks at his will first before he gives you what you want or what you think you deserve. We all want the nice life, the good life. We want to travel with our loved ones. There's literally nobody who does not want to have a good relationship and get married and live happily ever after. Even to the people that don't want to get married, that's fine. But I'm talking mainly everybody wants to enjoy life. Ne? Sharp. But there's also the will of God, which overpowers and overrules your heart's desires. You give your heart's desires to God, but he's the one who makes it happen because he first, weighs them to see is it gonna work for you or is it gonna kill you? Now, very important, we cannot put God at the back seat and then, include him or try to include him when things kind of like fly off the handle. Let's give God, I think it's about time that we give God the honor and the respect that he deserves. That is, before you get in a relationship, involve God, invite God. Don't let your feelings rule or run the relationship. Don't go with the flow kind of vibe. I think that's worldly, and it's not for Christian girls, it's not for Christian men, it's not for I guess the long run. It's just very temporary. Let's go with the flow. Let's just do no. What is God's flow? Like, what does God want? Like, if you see someone as a red flag, they are a red flag. Sometimes that's what I'm saying. If you have a strong relationship with God, then you're gonna know, oh, these are red flags. This is not something like it's temporary. It's not solid. You're gonna know. So I think this is the angle that I want us to kind of like attack this thing, and I'll show you guys how I went about it in the beginning. And I'm not saying I have the perfect relationship in the entire world or that you should want to have the relationship that I have with my husband. But I'm just saying that I realize that if I came in this relationship with the same mentality that I had when I had the other relationships, I think this would have been a mess. It would have been tragic because I had so many burdens, and I still do. I'm still trying to figure it out. And so does he. So if we approach this in like a more physical manner, we'd be so far gone spiritually and damaged, So guys, it's not even about the butterflies. It's not even about taking nice pics and going out on dates and all of that. I realized that love is not enough to keep you in that relationship. It's not enough for you to say, oh, I just love him, I feel like we're meant to be. Like, no, who has certified that you guys are meant to be? Who has giving you the go ahead. Like if you see God as the master, as the king, and as your father, then you know that you need him to qualify that relationship. And one thing about God, he doesn't qualify the relationship based off of like a fantasy like we do. No, he qualifies it by the word. If someone does not have the fruit of the spirit, they cannot be good for you, because you are a child of the spirit. You're a child of the living God. So it's those basic things. Have a strong build. If you're not in a relationship at all and you're not, looking at somebody or nobody's looking at you, build that relationship with God first. That foundation is going to sustain you. It's what has sustained me. Because some people complain about how they're not able to hear the voice of God. They don't know if they should be in the relationship or not. But I can tell you that once you start spending time with the Lord, that's praying every single day, reading the word, fueling yourself with godly things, sermons, and just trying to get away from the world as much as possible. We can't really say, because in reality we live in the world, so there are things that are still gonna affect you there and there. But our goal should be that to have more of God, so that we can give, or we can be able to tell what is good from what is bad, and vice versa, So I will definitely be posting more videos about this. I just want to give the young girls, or just the people that want to have a relationship with God, who didn't grow up in a family that is Christian like myself. Some people about the Englisi, they don't make the decisions that they make because they want to. It's just they don't know. So I want to share with you guys what I know, what I've seen, what I've experienced, and what has worked for me. And more than anything, the God way of doing things. And I hope you guys subscribe. But remember that the stronger your relationship with God is, the easier everything else becomes. And I'm not gonna say, life is gonna be easy just because God gave you guys a yes to start that relationship, or that he's the one or she's the one. No, you're gonna fight things, because the devil does not want marriage. He is against it because it represents the church. So anything that has to do with God, the devil resents, including you. So be very, very careful. Don't be driven by your feelings, your emotions. No, it doesn't work like that. Let's put things first before God, and then proceed with them as God allows us. Be humble when it comes to God things. Be very humble. Let God know, I don't know what I'm doing, and what I've been doing has not worked, so I'm looking for your way of doing things. And I can promise you that God is very faithful. He's faithful, and he's very near to the people that show that they need him. It's just a shame that we are a world filled with so many opinions and so many examples of how things should be done, but very few of how godly things must be done. There's no compromise with God. It is what it is, right? I love you guys. Nimrhandzile, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.